I refuse to believe that she wrote or said any of those things herself. There is no way she didn't have a publicist in her ear or someone advising her on what to say. There is no way in hell.
Subscribe to this channel in case you are watching this channel and you have not subscribed.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. So every once in a while, a celebrity will give us a good soundbite that makes us think that they are very reasonable, common sense, rationally minded people. And often those are bogus and ridiculous, and we can blow them off because they're Hollywood elites, you know. But I do think it's important to share and discuss a lot of these soundbites because obviously these celebrities...
But Hollywood elites have feelings too. They have feelings too. You can't just talk about them.
Have huge audiences. They have people who idolize them and look up to them, so it's important to break down what they're saying. Now, Jennifer Aniston is the newest person on the docket today. She has a post circulating around Twitter. And while a broken clock can be right twice a day, her behavior does not match up what she's saying. So we're going to break that down. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode. Alrighty, so obviously Jennifer Aniston, she is best known for the sitcom Friends, but she has had a huge and very, very long and successful career after the show as well. I would say arguably the best out of any of that cast. Like, she's really kept it going. She has a production company now. She's doing very well. Now, recently, she did a cover story for the Wall Street Journal. She's currently promoting the newest season of her and Reese Witherspoon's show, The Morning Show, which is on Apple TV. And in it, she said that she is so over cancel culture. Quote, I probably just got canceled by saying that. Oh, controversial. She was talking about Harvey Weinstein in the interview and her experience with him and saying, like, that's a totally different story, but for these other people, this is kind of ridiculous. And it's so weird to even be featuring this mild of a take on the show.
I mean, it's only a different story because he did something illegal. He did something very illegal. He's in prison for it, so that's why he should be canceled. But most other motherfuckers that get canceled should not be canceled.
That's why I was making fun of it halfway through and saying, oh, so great, because basically everybody is saying this. Like, Jennifer Aniston, you are 4 years late to this. It is shocking how long it has taken some of these people to come to this amazing and brave revelation. Somebody said she could have just stayed quiet and collected her residuals for Friends, but no. Somebody replied and said, what happened to free speech? Another person snapped back and said, she's so true, but y'all will find anything to end somebody's career just because y'all are sad and miserable. Like, at least let them prove themselves. The bare minimum. The fact that
there is no way she really got canceled for saying that.
A controversial take in 2023 that we don't need to cancel everybody online is
canceled, bro. Like, that's such a stupid word. It's a word that had a lot of weight like 5 years ago. That word has no weight at all. If there's anybody at all that's actually scared of getting canceled, unless you're losing your job, if there's anyone at all that's scared of getting canceled, you're dumb.
Another person commented and said, agreed, but maybe she needs to be canceled. She got mad, weird, unexplained things going on behind the scenes with those pizza parties, but she does look extremely good. She just had a new cover piece done on her as well with another magazine where it was like, look how great her tummy looks at 50.
Her titties?
It's like, being a celebrity is so weird. Like, imagine being her and having that done. Anyway.
You know damn well, like, they made sure her nipple was hard enough just to see a little bit of it.
It's like, being a celebrity is so weird. Like, imagine being her and having that done. Anyway, just whatever. That's a side note. Somebody else said, I don't blame her. Somebody is pretty much canceled every day here. Facts. Or doxxed. Sometimes both, because it is the wild, wild west on social media and it is all very uncertain. I mean, in a world full of uncertainties, one shocking headline spreads like wildfire. Crucial.com. Now, speaking of preparedness, I don't think that Jennifer Aniston was prepared for the backlash that she was going to get for this statement because people were very quick to point out inconsistencies with her statement and some of her behavior in the past. She is actually being...
She got canceled not for saying that she'll probably get canceled. She got canceled for being a hypocrite. That is a cancellation I respect.
Incredibly hypocritical, especially because she just drug Jamie Foxx's name through the mud last week when he was being accused of making an anti-Semitic post on Instagram, which I think we've all agreed now was not anti-Semitic and everybody was just freaking out over nothing. He explained himself. But Jennifer Aniston got called out for liking this post, and then she issued a public apology and she shamed Jamie Foxx. So Jamie posted this talking about a friend who had apparently just stabbed him in the back, and he was publicly airing this out. He's explained and apologized, that's how I know this, but he said, they killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? Hashtag fake friends, hashtag fake love. So some people...
that makes sense because what's his name? Saul? Who the fuck was his Judas? I don't know. It was one of their names. One of his disciples turned his back on Jesus. Okay.
People thought that he was talking about Jewish people in this post. He was actually just talking about friend stabbing you in the back. Obviously, that happened to Jesus. It's not that big of a reach. Anyway, you can see Jennifer Aniston's username here on the post where they were saying that this was anti-Semitic. Now, Jennifer took that post where her name was featured and she put this on her story. And she said, this really makes me sick. I did not like this post on purpose or by accident. How did you like the post? And more importantly, I want to be clear
What?
to my friends and anybody hurt by this showing up on their feeds. It's like, okay, how are you hurt by seeing a celebrity's name on a post that somebody else made? It's ridiculous. Anyway, sorry. I do
And
not.
if they are hurt by that, fuck them. Why would you want someone that soft around you?
I'd support any form of anti-Semitism, and I truly don't tolerate hate of any kind, period.
And mic drop.
She basically threw Jamie Foxx under the bus, not acknowledging the fact that he had apologized or anything else. She was just trying to clear her own name, saying, "Oh, he's so awful. I don't know how that happened. I didn't like it on purpose or on accident. That never happened. I don't know what's going on. Don't cancel me." Is that why you're suddenly over cancel culture? Because people were attacking you? Funny how that works out. And it also tells us a lot about your character because you didn't defend your friend who was facing baseless attacks, especially knowing the fact that he had just been hospitalized for
that's
some
what I was
serious
thinking.
illness. He's not doing well right now. And instead, you piled on to save your own name. And people have been quick to call this out, obviously, because this literally happened last week. And now she's talking to the Wall Street Journal doing some, anti-cancel culture crusade. Somebody commented and said, Jennifer Aniston's dill pickle head ass has yet to apologize to Jamie Foxx after wrongfully trying to shame him unprovoked. Now all of a sudden she's over cancel culture. Girl, somebody else commented and said she literally tried to get Jamie Foxx canceled. Mind you, she was pioneering the Jamie Foxx cancellation. She was sure ready to throw Jamie under the bus. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's the timing is interesting.
Things that make you go,
But sadly, this is not new. This is not the first time that she has thrown people under the bus, her friends under the bus. Back during COVID in 2021, she happily posted all over her social media and told the media that she had been cutting people out of her life who had chosen not to get vaccinated. Here's an article from 2021 about that. Jennifer Aniston explains cutting off unvaccinated friends.
I just want to know, what do these Hollywood people think? Like, there has to be at least someone in their ear influencing them to do this shit, or maybe it's like people trying to bribe them, give them money to be on this fucking little spiel of getting vaccinated or something along them lines. Like, why do so many celebrities just fall into these stupid ass traps, and they're so serious about it? And they're the reason why the public act the same way. People see, oh, Jennifer Aniston is talking about, I'm not friends with anyone that acts like this or does this, and then they're like, oh, well, if this is okay for her to do it and everyone loves her for doing it, then I'll just do the same thing, and everybody better love me for the same thing because that's what the person up top says. And it's like, it just blows my mind. It's either that they're fucking dumb and they can't think for themselves, or they have no backbone, they can't stand up for themselves, or they're being paid to do it. And being paid to do it can fall into both of those. But I just don't see how in the fuck it's just like everyone in Hollywood that is on the shit. I mean, obviously there are some woke-based Chad motherfuckers in Hollywood that don't give a damn, and they'll say whatever the fuck they want to say because they got fuck you money, which everybody up there does. But yet most of the motherfuckers there are just stupid as fuck.
Man, you really are about all that nuance, Jen. Giving people the benefit of the doubt, not shaming them, moving on, being over cancel. You really seem over cancel culture now, really. And of course, after she received backlash for that in 2021, she only doubled down on her attacks on these friends, which is really classy. Zuby said, didn't she cancel her unvaccinated friends and encourage others to do the same? People have short memories. Another person said, yeah, she's only on board for canceling and shunning the unvaccinated. And then somebody else brought up an interesting point and said, it seems like every few months, Jennifer Aniston tries to get some attention by going on some sort of anti-cancel culture rant, and it's like, okay, which is interesting.
Never heard her do
and
that.
It reminded me of the fact that I did another episode on something else that she said just a few months ago, and I totally forgot. It was another statement that was, relatively rational.
People have short-term memory.
Sort of filled with common sense, and I was shocked by it, and I didn't focus really on her, but I focused on Friends and what the fans were saying about Friends, but she spurred that episode. She gave an interview, and she was talking about, the newest generation who was falling in love with Friends and watching Friends, and she said that there is a whole generation of people, kids, who are now going back to episodes of Friends and finding them offensive. And some of it is,
wow,
albeit unintentionally.
really?
There were things that were never intentional, and others, we should have thought it through, but I don't think there was a sensitivity like there is now. And then she went on and said, comedy and films have evolved. Now it's a little tricky because you have to be very careful, which makes it really hard for comedians, because the beauty of comedy is that we make fun of ourselves and make fun of life. In the
Was she ever a comedian? Is that how she got her fame? I have no idea how she got famous. I would have just assumed she got some Hollywood deal. Did she get famous by comedy? There is no way. There is no shot.
past, you could joke about a bigot and have a laugh, and that was hysterical. And now it's about educating people about how ridiculous people were. And now we're not allowed to do that. Now, obviously, to you guys, to me, This is not some amazing, brave statement. This is a common sense statement. Anybody who watches comedy understands this. And for Jennifer Aniston, as somebody who works in the industry at that high of a level, I'm sure that she has experienced this and dealt with it, especially as she has dealt with the backlash of the newest generation watching Friends. But I am just not inclined to believe that either of these statements are actually in good faith. She wants people.
I refuse to believe that she wrote or said any of those things herself. There is no way she didn't have a publicist in her ear or someone advising her on what to say. There is no way in hell.
To keep watching Friends, to not be upset at it. She wants people to watch the new projects that she and her production company are producing, and she herself does not want to get canceled. She's desperate to not get canceled based on what we just saw with the Jamie Foxx thing, but she's willing.
Because she falls into the women that will cancel her. Her main fan base is people that will cancel her. Most people that are her fans are probably liberal women that are just super sensitive, or gay and trans people, or just, you know, people that are extreme liberals are her fans. So if she says it does anything wrong, it's probably like her whole career going down the drain.
To cancel her friends.
Plus
and she's
ESG.
willing to try to get ahead of things. It's an interesting strategy. And again, maybe these statements have a nice sound. Maybe they have, you know, a little bit of common sense. Again, a broken clock is right twice a day. And hopefully people read these statements and, you know, take good things from them, maybe wake up to something. But her behavior really isn't in line with either of these statements. And I don't think that her behavior is one to idolize and replicate, as is the case with most of these huge celebrities.
Yeah, you should not want to be like any of these fucking spineless, money-hungry, no sense of self-worth, no integrity at all individuals. They're all just like, I don't understand how you could look up to anybody, like how some people do, like, but I don't see how you could be so offended by someone's personality that you only know as a character. Like, obviously they are not the same person. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of that video. Please leave a like if you've got anything to say about the video. Let me know down below. You know I read every single comment. And if you fuck with your boy, would you please give me a subscription? With that said, deuces.
They tell you I ain't never been played by a bitch, so I know they know what you saying is phony.
Ever since I bagged you, my bag got different. I've been flipping grands while you on the grand tripping. Ever since some bitches with their own selfish intentions. Got up in your ear, that's when your ass started listening. And that's when we got distance. You was pissed off, I wouldn't have found a pot to pissing. You didn't have no calls, I let you go to chase the vision.